Okay, Karen?
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Karen Baluca and I would like to be a flight attendant. A flight attendant has the function of actually to the commander or pilot in command of the aircraft in complying with the safety and emergency provisions in the aircraft passenger cabin during the flight operation. Likewise, they are in charge of the attention of functions, the attention of passengers and of the functions assigned by the concessionaire. I want to start first by giving the basic concept of what a flight attendant is, since there are still people who don't know exactly what it is or what they do. Some people think that flight attendants are only there to serve drinks or food to passengers, but they are not only there for that. Almost, they are trained to act correctly at the time of an emergency, be it an emergency landing or rapid landing, paper for any other things. The requirements in the flight attendant in Mexico are be Mexican by birth, 18 years old, bachelor certificate or equivalent, medical examination for aviation medicine, have your INE and intermediate level of English. These are some requirements, however, they can change when entering an airline or increasing more requirements. The job of flight attendant can be challenging, but it has many benefits and there is satisfaction of a profession that which will people safety. The length of flight attendant preparation course varies depending on the school, but can last 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, and even some 2 months. Working as a flight attendant is totally different from other professions, as every day is a new experience. If you get to work for several days, each flight and destination will be an opportunity to live new experience and know new places and learn more about new cultures. But that is if you have time to get to know, because being a flight attendant is a challenging job. The hours of day depend on the airline and its working conditions. The ability to hours is another requirement. And now, the requirements to be a flight attendant in Mexico and internationally are different better. I investigated or more complete requirements and here are the reasons. Before, I would like to clarify that it depends on the country in which you live, is the way in which this flight attendant is called. The requirements in the flight attendant are divided into 4. The part number 1 is the physical requirements, weight proportional to height, BMI in normal range, no personal expansion, only woman in airways, excellent image, and good physical condition. The part number 2 is requirements of the country in which you want to work. Of their age, depending on the country, 18 years old or 21 years old. Bachelor certificate or equivalent, visa, flight attendant license, having accredited the subjects to obtain this license. The part number 3 is requirements of the airline you want to enter. Minimum height or reach of arms, example measuring 1.60 meters and reaching 212 centimeters of toes and wear shoes. An American visa, desirable, non-visible tattoos or no tattoos, depending on the type of recruitment. Have your license or without your license, because some airlines hire flight attendant with their flight attendant license or without the flight attendant license. It depends on the airline and the type of recruitment. And the part number 4 is the skills that needed for you. Speak English, level intermediate or advanced, adaptable to change, customer service oriented, know how to explain the flight, tolerance to frustration and teamwork. Flight attendants are the face of the airline, take care of passengers and ensure their safety during the flight. Above all, these professionals ensure the passengers comply with the safety regulations. Also, in the background, they are in charge of serving food and drinks to passengers. Flight attendants work for airlines at the vast majority provide their service on commercial flights, although there is a part that serves on private flights. Depending on the size of the aircraft, its applicable legislation may require the presence of a certain number of flight attendants on board. The standard rule is that there must be one flight attendant for every 50 passengers. Although flight attendants are common in most airlines, the number of them performing this job in recent years has increased. Now the principal functions of a flight attendant are meet with the pilots before boarding the passengers, review and verify safety and emergency procedures, as well as available equipment and aircraft specifications, assist passengers when they board the plane, assist passengers with special needs, minors traveling without their representative, or passengers with babies, etc. Help passengers find their seats and store their luggage in the compartments provided for it. Explain procedures and security measures with the passengers, review the security measures with the passengers, make sure that the seats located in the emergency exits are occupied by passengers willing to control in case of risk. Ensure compliance with the safety procedure during takeoff, make sure that the trash and hand luggage is properly protected. check that the passenger have fastened the seat belt, that their seats are in the right position and that their armrests are down. Self-food that reads passenger during the flight, and periodically check the cabin to verify that everything is under control with the crew, verify that the smoke detector is not faulty, make sure that the pilots are safe and sound, and replace supplies as needed. And in deal with emergency situations, evacuate passengers out of the plane, use emergency ramps, product fires that may arise inside the plane, provide first aid when necessary, give CPR, that means cardiopulmonary resuscitation, defibrillate passenger when necessary, follow the procedures for the emergency landings, and handle emergencies and emergency situations. Make announcements during the flight, ensure the safety during turbulence, verify that the cabin is secure before proceeding with the landing, pick up loose objects such as trash or trash, check that the belongings of the passengers are properly stored in the compartment that is provided for it. Check that the passengers have fastened their seat belts, that their seats are in the right position, and that their armrests are down. Help passengers disembark from the plane, assess passengers with special needs, minors travel without their representative, or passengers with small children, etc. Make sure that all the passengers have disembarked. Like minors who have traveled without their representative to the person who has been decided to pick them up. In summary, the daily treasures of a flight attendant are welcome passengers, help passengers with their carry-on luggage, review safety and emergency procedures, serve food to the passenger during the flight and meet with their special requirements, and make announcements during the flight, ensure the safety of the crew, and help passengers disembark the plane. Given the nature of this job and the need to be in contact with passengers from all over the world, these professionals are required to master at least one foreign language. Depending on the region of the airline, they will be required to use the official language of that country. The most popular languages are English, Spanish, French, German, Hindi, Mandarin, and Arabic. When working with an international airline, flight attendants must be available to enter and stay in the countries in which the company provides service. Therefore, it is essential to have a valid passport and the documentation that they require. These professionals must be willing to work flexible hours that can extend to weekends, night hours, and holidays. In addition, they must be available to fulfill shifts of at least 1 week per month. And now, the most outstanding airlines in Mexico are the following. The number one is Aeromexico and Aeromexico.net, with more than 85 years of living in the country since 1934. It is one of the largest airlines in Mexico. Aeromexico.net has been its subsidiary since 1990. They offer domestic flights to 43 cities in Mexico and international flights to 20 destinations in the United States, 18 in the rest of Latin America, 5 in Europe, 4 in Canada, and 2 in Asia. The number 2 is Polaris. It began its activity in 2006 and is currently the second largest airline in Mexico, with routes that connect 44 cities in Mexico and 22 cities in the United States and Central America. It stands out for its low-cost flight, but it has a disadvantage in relation to other airlines, and that is that it shares rates and food to passengers. The number 3 is Viva Aerobus. It starts operating in 2006 too, noted for being a low-cost airline. Offers service to 41 cities in Mexico, 9 cities in the United States, 4 cities in Cuba, and 1 city in Costa Rica. And the number 4 is Aerobus. This company began operating in 1987 and currently offers service to 16 destinations in Mexico, 4 in Cuba, and 2 in the United States. Its aircraft fleet has capacities of 48 and 72 people per aircraft. Although, on the other hand, it has an alliance with airlines such as Turkish Airlines and United Airlines. The profession of flight attendant is sometimes served as a waiter or waitress in the plane, but this job has many responsibilities that due salary in food and receive passengers. This career requires to perform tasks related to aircraft safety. Tasks related to aircraft safety, handle customer service in the air and on the ground, and communicate with the flight deck to ensure that all passengers can have a safe experience while traveling.
Diego?
Yes, for you, what's the best part of being a flight attendant?
The best part?
Yes.
Okay. Definitely the ability to travel.
Another question. What do you think is the best for the necessary skill for being a flight attendant? I mean,
Skills?
Yes, skill. Like I mean, like technical skills and just skills.
The most important skills?
Yes, for you.
For me, teamwork. Teamwork, definitely teamwork.
And what did you choose that topic?
Because I think that it is important to talk more about the flight attendants. Because I think that the people think that aviation flight attendants are only there to serve drinks or food, but during the curriculum they see topics such very important, and I think that it's important to consider that.
Christian?
What is the best airline for you? Because
Okay. For me, the best airline is the best in Mexico is Aeromexico and Volaris. And in general, the best airline is Emirates. And I don't know, I really like that both airlines, Aeromexico and Volaris. To conclude this topic, I would like to tell you why I decided to be a flight attendant. I would like to be a flight attendant because I love aviation and I really like adrenaline and heights, also because I really like traveling to new places. I learn more about them, their peoples and their cultures. Also because I think that I really like to help people a lot and guide them and help them resolve any doubts they may have. Also because I think that aviation has many interesting things. In fact, something that seems a little crazy to me, but it is to understand, is that 25% of the people who travel in an airplane are afraid to the heights or to the plane crashing for no reason, but there is no need to be worried because all the people who work in the aviation environment are fully trained for any type of situation, whether emergency or in general, from pilots, flight attendants, air traffic controllers, and all of them are trained, so when you travel, this no worry. Well, personally, I love aviation. Being an aviation flight attendant, it was just serving drinks or food to passengers. Flight attendants has many more responsibilities and things to do than just that. So for me, being a flight attendant is a tiring job, but very satisfying and truly beautiful. And that's all. Thanks for your attention. Do you have any questions?